Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka The Clockmaster. I'm here with my wife,
Shannon, aka Cosmic Things.
We're here to talk about the Adam Project. So, this is going to be semi-spoiler-free discussion / review. So, we're going to talk about some technical things, our overall thoughts in the beginning. So, if that's all you're here for, we'll just get that out the way. And then we'll just kind of go into a little quick spoiler-free our general thoughts on the overall experience of the film and what we thought about everything else like that. So if you guys are also new here, please consider subscribing to the channel because we did film our reaction to this movie and it will be posted March 11th, tomorrow by the time you guys are seeing this video. So March 11th, be on the lookout for our reaction to this film. So, The Adam Project, starring Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner, Walker Scobell, Catherine Keener, and Zoe Saldana. This is a film by Sean Levy, known for Free Guy, The Night of the Museum movies, Cheaper by the Dozen, Big Fat Liar. This guy's been in a lot of stuff and most of you guys have seen. We're just gonna get straight into our general thoughts on the overall film. So, did you like the movie, yes or no?
Yes.
I really liked the movie. What'd you like about the movie? What are your thoughts on some of the things that stood out to you, positive, negatives?
So I really enjoyed the effects, like the CGI. Like they did a really good job with that, and I don't think it's shown in the trailer how well it actually looks. And they really incorporate it more as like in the movie than we think it will. So it's really cool seeing that. You know, it was just very impressive because a lot of these movies because I wasn't expecting to like it going into it. So a lot of these movies, their CGI is kind of like okay, but this was like bam in your face, like really good. So I think it's just like a really good story. Like it's very an unexpected story too. It's like pretty straightforward, but it's really good. It's very deep and emotional and has so many different layers to it. So the acting was really good. Obviously you have some big actors in this, so you know, Lil 13 going on 30 reunion. So that was kind of cool, but I think like there wasn't like too many negatives for me because like I said, the story was like pretty straightforward, so it was, you know, kind of like cut and dry. But that, I don't know, I feel like they could have added a little more to make the story a little more in-depth. Obviously a lot of that I can't talk about because that goes into spoiler territory.
Yep.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You guys will know what we're talking about when the movie and the review or the reaction comes out.
Yeah.
So maybe the music could have been a little better. Like it was kind of okay. It wasn't really anything memorable.
All right. So for me, these are some of the things that this is my thoughts on it and things I liked, things I disliked, and then we'll give our ratings on the film. And then if you're interested in just a little bit more commentary, we'll get into that after this. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed the movie actually. Like, I mean, like you, I wasn't really, I liked the trailer. I really loved the trailer and I was like, okay, I think I gotta review this. Like, this looks interesting. There's this whole future, you know, older Ryan Reynolds meeting a younger Ryan Reynolds kind of vibe. And then you get like these really cool weapons that you saw in the trailer and this really cool concept that I'm like, okay, cool. I love time travel and I love the idea of it and the science behind it and physics. So personally, that really intrigued me. Just as a sci-fi fan and person who loves that kind of stuff. So for me, that was really awesome and I liked it and I walked away just honestly like really enjoying the overall experience with the movie. So yeah, I just walked away feeling, you know, that I just really enjoyed the film and honestly there was not too many complaints from me. So to add to what Shannon was saying about things that, you know, I really liked, the action, the cinematography with the action sequences were really good. Unfortunately, I still haven't even seen Free Guy yet. But I've heard a lot of praise. Yeah, we haven't seen it. I've heard a lot of praise from it and, you know, the directing style and everything. I think the directing style in this was really good and was really straightforward and was able to give me a complete or at least somewhat complete story with certain things, which I'll talk about a little bit. But the fighting scenes and sequences with the cinematography was absolutely amazing to me.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of shaky camera movements. Everything was pretty clear. It was entertaining enough for me to be like, okay, this is exciting and I want to see more of that. Editing was also really good and coupled with the CGI as well. I had really like standard expectations with the CGI, as Shannon was saying, and watching it on full, I'm like, okay, the CGI is actually not that bad. Like, it's not like huge big budget CGI project, of course. I mean, you're not going to really get that, but for whatever the budget was for this film, it was pretty good. I was honestly just truthfully impressed. As far as negatives are concerned, I mean, and just to address this, the acting obviously is great. I mean, you look at the cast. It's not much you can really, like, you have a really good cast, and the thing is, when you have a really good cast like this, the thing that's important to me is, you know, is the script good enough to make the cast work, right?
Yeah.
And it's go ahead. Yeah.
No, especially with someone like Ryan Reynolds, who has a very specific, like, he's very typecast.
He's very typecast. Yeah. Very typecast.
And someone that's supposed to be playing a younger him, he did an amazing job.
Yeah. Younger Ryan Reynolds.
Amazing.
Younger Adam did a very good job. He really, I think he really did a good job, and I felt like there was enough chemistry on set to sell to me, you know, sell me the idea of this entire project. So, you know, it was, to me, it was pretty decent, and the script was also pretty good. There was some cheesy lines, there were some cheesy moments within the film overall. That some corny lines and some corny line delivery it wasn't like jarring and cringe.
Yeah.
But it worked. It worked, and I was very satisfied with that. Now, as far as my negatives are concerned, some of them are more nitpicky and technical and spoilery, so I can't really get into that, but I can kind of move around it by saying that music, so they had a really good soundtrack for this movie. That's all I will say. It gave me I don't know if this is a spoiler. I'll just say this, it gave me vibes for another type of movie that I really enjoy, which I can't get into because I don't know if it's considered.
You'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if it's considered a spoiler or not, but musically, there were some songs in there used in the right scenes that were like, okay, this is really fun, this is really good, it works for the scene. For the score, however, because I'm a big musical score person, for those who are already on the channel, you already know this, it wasn't bad. It was like standard score, you know, and this is nothing against the composer, to be honest, because I mean, as a composer myself, I don't really like to bash people's work. I just gotta be honest, because my film, you know, my critic side of me, I gotta be honest, like, it wasn't anything crazy like it stood out to me like a Chris Bowers in Bridgerton or King Richard, or I like you know, Ludwig Göransson, Laura Cartman and stuff like What If and like Loki and like some of those other shows where the music was just accompanied the story really well. It wasn't like that case for this. It was just pretty standard, and it worked for the movie, but it wasn't anything where you can be like, oh, I remember the score, like I remember the song. You
tend to remember them.
Yeah.
If you really like it.
Especially if you like had a big imprint on like my thing. So like I said, it's more of like a nitpick thing, really. Honestly, I know most of y'all won't really care about that. But that's just my personal thing, and I'm just saying it is a nitpick. And it doesn't really take away from the overall film. So I mean, that's pretty much all I can really say about it without getting into spoilers, because I said the story is not really overly convoluted. It's not a complicated story.
No, not at all.
It's pretty straightforward. To wrap up this portion of the video, I mean, I think we said most of what we had to say, but what's your ranking? Like, what's your rating for the film? Like, how, like your
I rated it
general
like
thoughts on everything?
a 7.5, 8.
Okay.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty fair.
Yeah. I'm at a 7.5. I was at an 8 yesterday, but I'm a 7.5. Just really thinking about the movie over again, just because I really enjoy, like, there's things about the film that I can't get into, like story wise, that I really loved, and we spoke at length about it in the reaction section. So in the reaction section, we'll have more of those conversations, but there was things that I really loved about the overall like message and tone and like point of the story in the film that I really enjoyed. But I mean, like, it was just, I gave it like maybe a 7.5, and maybe might say 8 at some parts, just because I just enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, I enjoyed the film. I think it has a really high rewatchability factor in there.
Yeah, I'm definitely at like 7.5, 8, just for pure enjoyment of story.
Yeah. And the overall experience was just really good. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is always great on camera, and he always delivers. He knows what he's good at, and he just does it well. And that's it. I don't think he tries to be anything he's not.
Yeah.
He's a good comedian, and he's a good actor in general.
Ryan Reynolds just plays Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, but I feel like in general though, like, even with more of his emotional things, he does it really well when he has to.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
You know, Ryan Reynolds is just good at what he does. It's just like with Dwayne Johnson, like with The Rock, like he knows what he's good at. He steps out of the box sometimes, and he has within his career a lot. He's done more serious films, like back when he like first started acting, and it worked. But I feel like recently now he knows what he's good at, and he just does what he does.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't really hate him for it. And it's the same thing with Ryan Reynolds, honestly. Mark Ruffalo was amazing.
As usual.
As usual in the film. Jennifer Garner, a gem, has always been. You know, these are veterans in the game, man. Like Zoe Saldana, like veterans in this film.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
got a lot of big names.
A lot of big names, a lot of veterans, a lot of people who already know it at the.
This movie's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's pretty short.
I will say that's probably maybe one of my other tiny gripes is that I wish it was a little bit longer, because there was some parts of the story that I wanted to see fleshed out a little bit more or needed more information about. But the overall experience of the movie was good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know some people are not gonna believe me when I say that, because they think that, you know, we saw it early, that we're only saying that.
We're not paid
to say anything, y'all. I'm telling you right now. Tell you that right now. We're not being paid to say, even though it's my word against yours, you're not really gonna believe it. But if you choose to believe what we're saying, genuinely from a place of honesty, really love the movie, and I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it too. Especially if you don't expect more from it than it really is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just an overall well put together good movie.
Yeah, you can't expect like some big extravagant like.
It's a lot of fun too.
It is a lot of fun, but you can't expect a big extravagant movie that like is gonna jar you and
and emotionally like bring you to this place of like
it's not
enlightenment and like
it's not that at all.
It's not that sophisticated of a film.
You know, you can only fit so much in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So.
Look, it's fun. It has a ton of rewatchability. It's great to watch with, you know, your family, depending on the age. Like, because there are, for those who might be interested in this, if you're still watching, like, there are some vulgar words in this. Nothing too crazy or too jarring, but your standard movie PG-13 cuss words. So if you're like, okay, I can maybe watch this with my young children, and you have an issue with that, then maybe not. But if you're, you know, if they're a little bit older and you're cool with them seeing certain things, then I think the whole family would really enjoy this kind of film. Just because, like I said, it's fun, man. It's fun. It's straight to the point. Cool concept.
No, I definitely think if you're okay with your kids like being around those, I think it's a good story for everyone to watch.
Yeah, I think it has some really good. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Yeah. Like, it's a good movie and a good story for everyone to watch overall, because I feel like there's something in there for everybody. And again, a good movie to drop on a Friday, man. Like, honestly, like,
you know, family movie night or something.
Yeah, no, it's a good film to drop on a Friday, bro. Like, it was great. Like, it was really good in that aspect, and it makes for a good watching experience.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but yeah, I think we've said all we could really say about this movie. But again, in the spoilers, I hope this gives you guys an idea as to how we feel, what the movie is, you know, is doing and what it's not doing, and let us know your thoughts when you see this movie. You can come back either to this review and let us know your comments down below, what you thought about the film, or you can comment on our reaction when it releases, and let us know your thoughts, man. Do you agree with us? Did you think the movie was mid? Did you think it was, you know, trash? Did you think it was great? Do you think it's the best movie of 2022? You know, people got their own reasons why they like certain things, so we want to hear your thoughts down below. And that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check out Shannon's channel. The link is down below. We're doing a ton of movie reactions over on her channel, so if you're into that, definitely consider subscribing over there as well. And yeah, we'll see you in the next. Thank you so much for watching. Clockmaster and
Cosmic Things.